Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new. Today is a very exciting day. It is book of the month day. So I am expecting them to probably drop around 10ish. So I'm gonna finish up homeschool with my son, get ready, and then I'll be back to film this video and we can figure out what book of the month books we're gonna pick. Guys, so I am logging into my book of the month and it does look like they have dropped the October books. So I'm going to go ahead and start screen recording and letting you know picks are going to be for this month. I'm also going to close those blinds and hopefully the lighting will be not too bad this month. Okay, so as you can see, the October books have dropped. I'm so sorry if the lighting is terrible. We're just gonna have to deal with it this month. And if you guys can see up here, I do have, it says 3 things in my box, but I actually only have 2 add-ons because they did add, which we'll go over this later, but they did add The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic as a late September add-on. And then I also added My Dark Vanessa because I just feel like it's time to read that one. And then I also have my Shelf Slayer prize for completing the Book of the Month challenge. So these are the October books that have dropped. So we've got Wellness, which is a literary fiction. We've got a gothic fiction, which I don't think I've ever seen a gothic fiction on here, so this is very interesting. Gothic fiction, it's called Starling House. That is such a beautiful cover, oh my goodness. We'll go over that in a minute. We've got a contemporary fiction, The Leftover Woman. A thriller, When I'm Dead, which is also an early release. A fantasy, The Unmaking of June Farrow. And a literary fiction, The Unsettled. I'm also going to let you know what the member faves are. So if you didn't like any of those books, you also have the option to choose No Exit, which is a horror by Taylor Adams. Kaikeyi, I'm going to butcher that, I know I am, which is a fantasy by Vaishnavi Patel. I'm so sorry, I know I said that wrong. Infinite Country, which is a literary fiction by Patricia Engel. That's a very interesting cover. And then Dear Edward, which is a contemporary fiction by Anne Napolitano. And The Good Left Undone, which is a historical fiction by Adriana Trigiani. So let's go ahead and look at the main picks. I think I already have an idea of what I'm going to pick, but let's see. So this is Wellness by Nathan Hill. The quick take says, this larger-than-life novel brims with heady ideas and the powerful emotional currents of a marriage slowly unraveling. The good to knows are its 400+ pages, cerebral, multiple viewpoints, and marriage issues. Then it gives the synopsis and a preview. So it says, when Jack and Elizabeth meet as college students in the 90s, the two quickly join forces and hold on tight, each eager to claim a place in Chicago's thriving underground art scene with an appreciative kindred spirit. Fast forward 20 years to married life, and alongside the challenges of parenting, they encounter cults disguised as mindfulness support groups, polyamorous would-be suitors, Facebook wars, and something called Love Potion Number 9. For the first time, Jack and Elizabeth struggle to recognize each other, and the no longer youthful dreamers are forced to face their demons, from unfulfilled career ambitions to painful childhood memories of their own dysfunctional families. In the process, Jack and Elizabeth must undertake separate personal excavations or risk losing the best thing in their lives, each other. That sounds wild. That sounds like a ride. Then we've got The Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Okay, my camera ran out of storage, so I just cleared some up, but here's quick take of Starling House. So trick or treat, the new caretaker of the spooky southern gothic mansion may just have to find out the hard way. Good to knows are multiple viewpoints, rural, I can't say that word very good, creepy, and haunted house. This sounds amazing, and Rebecca Ross did a Why I Love It. Okay, love that. The synopsis says, I dream sometimes about a house that I've never seen. Opal is a lot of things: orphan, high school dropout, full-time cynic, and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother, Jasper. one that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for only two things, bad luck and E. Starling, the reclusive 19th century author of The Underland who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were dark rumors in her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its misanthropic heir, author. Almost everyone, anyways. I should be scared, but in the dream, I don't hesitate. Opal has been obsessed with the Underland since she was a child. When she gets the chance to step inside Starling House and make some extra cash for her brother's escape fund, she can't resist. But sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real. As Eden itself seems to be drowning in its own ghosts, Opal realizes that she might finally have found a reason to stick around. In my dream, I'm home, and now she'll have to fight. Welcome to Starling House. Enter if you dare. That sounds amazing. Then we've got The Leftover Woman by Jean Walk. I'm not sure how to say that. Steeped in atmosphere and mystery, this poignant portrait of motherhood and belonging will have you turning pages. Good to knows are its emotional, family drama, immigration, NYC. Jasmine Yang arrives in New York City from her rural Chinese village without money or family support, fleeing a controlling husband on a desperate search for the daughter who was taken from her at birth. Another female casualty of China's controversial one-child policy. But with her husband on her trail, the clock is ticking and she's forced to make increasingly risky decisions if she ever hopes to be reunited with her daughter. Meanwhile, publishing executive Rebecca Whitney seems to have it all. A prestigious family name and the wealth that comes with it, a high-powered career, a beautiful home, a handsome husband, and an adopted Chinese daughter she adores. She's even hired a nanny to help her balance the demands of being a working wife and mother. But when an industry scandal threatens to jeopardize not only Rebecca's job, but her marriage, the perfect world begins to crumble, and her role in her own family is called into question. The Leftover Woman finds these two unforgettable women on a shocking collision course. Twisting and suspenseful and surprisingly poignant, it's a profound exploration of identity and belonging, motherhood and family. It's a story of two women in a divided city, separated by severe economic and cultural differences, yet bound by a deep emotional connection to a child. And then we have When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. This twist-filled and visceral chiller will have you wondering how well we can ever truly know those who we hold dearest. Psychological puzzle, multiple viewpoints, and whodunit. A bone-chilling October night, medical examiner Rowan Winthorpe investigates the death of her daughter's best friend. Hours later, the tragedy hits even closer to home when she makes a devastating discovery: her daughter, Chloe, is gone, but not without a trace. A morbid mosaic of clues forces Rowan and her husband to question how deeply they really knew their daughter. As they work closely to peel back the layers of this case, they begin to unearth disturbing details about Chloe and her secret transgressions, details that threaten to tear them apart. Amidst the noise of navigating her newfound grief and reconciling the sins of her past, an undeniable fact rings true for Rowan. Karma has finally come to collect. Ooh, that sounds terrifying. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I know a lot of people were really excited about this one. Transfixing and suffused with romance. You are not ready for the spell this southern spun tale will weave around you. This is the point in the video when I obviously don't know how to talk anymore. Good to Know's romance, nonlinear timeline, underdog, and quest. In the small town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow is waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that weren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. The signs of what June always knew was coming. But June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice finding love and having a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's decades-old disappearance, except they only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realizes she can touch it and walk past the threshold. And when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. And then the last pick is The Unsettled by Ayanna Mathis. In this bracing and emotionally fraught saga, 3 generations of a Black family fight for elusive freedom and truth. It's a heavy read, slow build, social issues, and serious. From the moment Ava Carson and her 10-year-old son Toussaint arrive at the Glen Avenue family shelter in Philadelphia in 1985, Ava is already plotting a way out. She's repulsed by the shelter's squalid conditions, their cockroach-infested room, the barely edible food, and the shifty night security guard. She's determined to rescue her son from the perils and indignities of that place and to save herself from the complicated past that led them there. Ava has been estranged from her own mother, Duchess, since she left her Alabama home as a young woman, barely out of her teens. Despite their estrangement and the 1,000 miles between them, mother and daughter are deeply entwined, but Ava can't forgive her sharp-tongued, larger-than-life mother, whose intractability and bouts of debilitating despair brought young Ava to the outer reaches of neglect and hunger. Ava wants to love her son differently, better, but when Toussaint's father, Cass, reappears, she's swept off course by his charisma and the intoxicating power of his radical vision to destroy systems of racial injustice and bring about a bold new way of communal living. Meanwhile, in Alabama, Duchess struggles to keep Bonaparte, once a beacon of Black freedom and self-determination, in the hands of its last 5 Black residents, families whose lives have been rooted in this stretch of land for generations, and away from rapidly encroaching white developers. She fights against the erasure of Bonaparte's venerable history. I don't know how to read. Why am I reading books when I don't know how to read? And the loss of the land itself, which she has so arduously preserved as Ava's inheritance. Ooh. As Ava becomes more enmeshed with Cass, Toussaint senses the danger simmering all around him, his well-intentioned but erratic mother, the intense volatile figure of his father who drives his fledgling Philadelphia community towards ever-increasing violence and instability. He begins to dream of Duchess and Bonaparte, his home and birthright, if only he can find his way there. That sounds very, what's the word? It sounds very deep. Heavy, that's the word. Okay. So those are all the main picks. I'm not going to read the synopsis of the new add-ons, but I will read the quick takes because it looks like we've actually gotten quite a few. So I know everybody's excited about this one. It is The Fantasy, The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. From the beloved author of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, a new epic fantasy about power, responsibility, and fate. It is 400 plus pages, non-linear timeline, action-packed, and it is going to be the first in a series, which I don't normally buy series from Book of the Month because it's up in the air whether they'll carry them all. I would assume they probably will continue to carry this one just because she's very popular. So that is our first add-on. If you want to read the synopsis, you can go ahead and pause the video here and read it. Otherwise, we will move on. The next add-on is My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. I don't know. I'm terrible at this, so just why are you watching this? Nobody knows. Okay. During a fateful holiday season, eerie events begin to plague a Vermont family after their dying matriarch moves in. It's supernatural, drug and alcohol use, creepy, and mama drama. Again, if you want to read the synopsis, you can go ahead and pause. Otherwise, we will carry on. Stars in Your Eyes by Kaysen Callender, which is a romance. In this charming adult debut, 2 Hollywood hunks must pull off their greatest acting feat yet, fake dating each other. It's got multiple viewpoints, salacious, LGBTQ+ themes, and fake dating. Again, if you want to pause and read, go right ahead. How to Say Babylon by Sophia Sinclair. Sophia, that's a really pretty name. That's a really pretty cover too. Okay. A gifted poet reveals how books helped her find a voice in a patriarchal Rastafarian household that sought her silence. Social issues, international, cerebral, and literacy. Again, you can pause to read the synopsis if that sounds like something that you would be interested in or you're just curious. And then I think we have 2 more. So What We Kept to Ourselves by Nancy Jo-Yoon Kim, which is a historical fiction. Follow one Korean American family moving between 70s and 90s LA as they grapple with the meaning of home and dreams. 400 plus pages, nonlinear timeline, family drama, and immigration. And this is the synopsis if you would like to pause it. And then the last new add-on, which is already in my box, is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, which is a magical realism book by Brienne Randall. Also, it's a debut. By turns heartwarming and clever, this story about lost but also profound love is dusted with just the right magic. Foodie, siblings, witchy, second chance romance. I am here for all of that. And then you can go ahead and pause to read this. But I am going to go try to figure out what book I'm going to get. There were a lot of really good books. I think we got... How many picks did we get? 6 picks and... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 add-ons. That's 12 this month. That's crazy. So I'm gonna go try to figure out what I want, and then I will come back and I will let you know what I picked. Okay guys, I think I have figured out what I'm gonna do. I talked to my mom because my mom also is a Book of the Month subscriber, and so she's actually gonna get one of the books that I want, and I'm gonna get one of the books that she wants. Well, they're books we both want, but that way she doesn't have to get one and I don't have to get one, so we can, because we share. So she is going to be adding wellness to her box, which is one that I'm really interested in, so she's gonna let me borrow that one. So I'm not gonna be adding it to my box, but I looked over all the picks, and I think what I'm gonna end up doing is making Starling House my Book of the Month. So we will make it my Book of the Month. And then as for all the add-ons, I think I'm going to just stick to a 3-book box this month and just do Starling House as my Book of the Month, get my Dark Vanessa, and The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, which is the other one that my mom was interested in. And let me just go to my To Be Read shelf and just make sure that there's nothing else I want to add. This month, let's see, there's a lot of really good things coming out this month, which is why I don't want to overdo it with my box. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do my Dark Vanessa this month. All right, so that is our box for the month. I am so excited about it. FYI, I am still working on my September Book of the Month vlog. I'm on the final book, so as soon as I finish that, I will wrap up the vlog and then post it, edit it and all that stuff and post it. But let me know down in the comments what you chose for your Book of the Month pick for October, if you were happy with the picks, if you were not happy with the picks. I think overall it was a really, really, really good month, or it's going to be a really, really good month. I'm really excited about this box. So thank you for watching this video. As always, my Book of the Month referral link is down below. You can get your first box for, I think, $5. So you can always try it out and then cancel it if you don't like it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Okay, also just a little update. I actually decided to remove my Dark Vanessa from my Book of the Month box. I just found out, thankfully before I shipped my box, that it is available on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to read it through Kindle Unlimited. It will still be included in my October Book of the Month reading vlog just because they do offer it, and it is something that I was considering purchasing. So yes, I will still read that. My battery's blinking at me, but I will not be getting it with my Book of the Month box, so I will only be getting 2 this month, so good for me.